I'm 32, too late to switch career paths?
Yup. Nothing I tried for the past 12 years worked out, but maybe this one, you're done. You got a problem with a bitch that's ruining your life for 3 years?
Stay the f away from her.
Dude, I got some whole girl with you.
Exactly, so what the fuck you talking to her for?
Listen, you have to be better. All of civilization suffers if you don't. You have to be creating while you're suffering. Go volunteer for charity or something. That's the ceiling for you.
Tie your money to your ability to make small talk, and then you'll have to learn to do it or you'll die.
Eventually, you'll be hit with something that makes you mentally weak, even if you're like a normal guy.
Give me my fucking thing! Give me my fucking thing!
Jordy?
You seem like you got some distress and we want to help you.
Hey, Jordy, what do you collect? Transformers?
Take this shit no more, man.
Okay, Jordy, just breathe.
So step one would be don't get any more DUIs because you'll go to jail. I don't think setting a benchmark for yourself is helpful. When I'm 33, I need to have 2 children. It's easier to a handful of little skill sets that synergistically benefit one another, make a career out of that. Like you owe everybody else. You have to do that.
On house arrest for my second DUI. Have a breathalyzer in my Rex.
Good job, bro.
I have a breathalyzer in my Rex 2015 Nissan Versa for the next year. Living with my aunt, uncle, and mom in my 12 by 7 foot room. At least I make $28 an hour. No savings. What do I do?
Man, god damn. Start picking up the pieces. I mean, the process is kind of the same no matter where you are. You just have to, just one step at a time. That's the only way anything gets done is one step at a time. So step one would be don't get any more DUIs because you'll go to jail. That's step one. That's a good first step. That's hard to do. Step two, you have to quit drink. Listen, the drinking and the drugs and the marijuana and stuff, I get that like you need that because your life sucks. But if you have any inkling of hope or desire to better yourself, that's never. No serious person is drinking. There's nobody who's hustling, who's making money or like making a good life for themselves. It's like 0.0001% that can like drink like I can handle my liquor. It's not a real thing. And like Joe Rogan does weed. Joe Rogan has like 10 assistants for everything. Joe Rogan wakes up and has a $30 green juice that someone else prepared for him. He has a sleep deprivation tank. He's got oxygen sensors embedded in his ball sack. He has every possible like life advantage that can support you doing weed. And like Nick smokes weed. Nick is like a human race car who builds houses himself. Like that's not that's not you. Like you can't apply that to yourself. So you got to stop the weed, alcohol. You got to cut that shit out. That's like step one for a lot of people. Very hard to get anywhere good if you're drunk. The secret, the recipe's out there. You have to just take the steps. And it's a gradual process. You're not going to fix it all. Listen, you have to be better. The reason you have to be better, the reason you have to lift weights and like make good moves is because everybody else, like all of civilization suffers if you don't. And it's not fair to all the people that you could be helping or the people you could be like a symbol of strength in multiple ways for. You have to do it. You can't. You owe everybody else. You have to do that. And the recipe's out there. It's get strong, get detached from outcomes. Don't make stupid moves with your money. All the things are out there. And you gotta avoid the get rich quick stuff, but all the stuff that like Joe Rogan talks about, like you pick and choose the most sensible things that these self-help guys say. But I mean, step one is always getting strong. You have to get physically strong. If you're not physically strong, you're f***ed. It's just, you can't have a strong mind and a weak body. It doesn't work. Eventually you'll be hit with something that makes you mentally weak, even if you're like a normal guy and you're not strong. You have to get strong. You can start with just doing push-ups in the morning and just do it one step at a time. Like today, do 20 push-ups. Tomorrow, do 40. And just up it from there, get better from there, step by step. No, it's a fight. Every day is a fight. We're fighting for time. We're fighting, but we're just good at it. Every day is a battle, man. You're fighting for time. You're fighting for, limited eyeballs, resources. Okay? If you're not effective while you're unhappy, you're a useless person. And if you're a creative type and you're creating only when you feel like it, when you feel good, you're not going to make shit. You have to be creating while you're suffering. Or when you're the highs and the lows, you got to just keep doing what you do when you're high or low. It doesn't matter.
Let it ride.
Yeah. When you're young, just avoid the bad shit. Every day in the morning, wake up and just be ready to be present and accept new information and be on the lookout for like signals, other pieces of information, what other people are doing. Just pick stuff up when you're young. And you don't have to stress about your direction so much, but you do really have to avoid the stuff that makes people time travel from age 20 to age 30 and accomplish nothing, which is like playing COD, doom scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, drugs, girl problems. Bro, grow up. You got a problem with a bitch that's ruining your life for 3 years? Grow out of that immediately. Oh no, I better let this bitch ruin my life for 3 years.
I'm 32. Too late to switch career paths?
Yep.
Yes, it's too late, sir. What if someone hasn't found a skill and passion by 30? I know you think they can't learn anything new by that age, but what would be the best option for someone like this?
Go volunteer for charity or something. Try to figure out where you can make your time useful and like help people. F***ing around with finger paints. That's what people get so mad when I say that, dude.
Yeah.
When I say if you don't have it going on by 30, you're done.
30.
It's fucking over for you. Not the well, yeah. I mean, dude. People get so mad at me and they think they're gonna go get a finger painting, like watercolor paint set, or like download a DAW and learn how to make beats or whatever. Like little candy cane gnomes are dancing in your head, telling you what idea is gonna. Oh, maybe this will work out. Nothing I tried for the past 12 years worked out, but maybe this will. You're done. Like take a 𝗍𝐵ECON typing course and learn how to type fast because that's the ceiling for you.
Yeah.
It's over.
I will say, Sam.
I'm sorry.
If you're that age, but you're really good at something and you just never did shit with it, but you have those years of experience.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
My dad started a recording studio in his 50s.
Yeah. There's people who didn't make their first film until they're like 40 or 50.
Yeah,
I get those are outliers though. That's not like
their whole life getting good at that. Like it's not like they're picking up a new skill. It's like something that's already been refined.
That's true. That's true. If you have a latent skill or interest or whatever, for sure. The people who've been turned off for 12 years watching TV and smoking, they're done. And I'm sorry. I know that a lot of people don't like that. It's just that's reality. So join a church, spend your time volunteering for charity, find some way to like make yourself not useless, but like as far as being like an impactful player in the economy, it's not going to happen. He doesn't like doing architecture. He's an architecture student.
Yeah, he studies architectural design. He hates his work, but the school is unbearable. I don't know, a lot of negativity there.
Yeah, you got to figure something out. It sounds like you're not doing so hot. You can't be a dabbler. Like someone, I think I'll code today. You have to like actually make a run at it. If you're gonna skip school to do something ridiculous like that, you got to actually make a hardcore run at it where you're in the seat 8 hours a day working.
Recommend one of Scott Adams' books before? If so, what was it?
Scott Adams has good ideas occasionally. He's obviously, a flawed guy. Same thing with Jordan Peterson. You don't need to co-sign everything a guy says to use what they're saying to your advantage. How to fail at almost everything and still win big, which is basically the core principle of the book is that if you spend your entire life, you can spend your entire life becoming a grand master of something, like playing the piano or whatever, and then you're like competing against every other person who's been playing, every other Chinese kid that's been playing piano from childhood, and is a piano playing machine. There's a limited value where you don't get maximum returns from pursuing one thing all the way to the peak, if you even ever get there. But if you get good at two things or three things, if you get reasonably good at three things, it's easier to take something like that, find something where you've got a handful of little skill sets that synergistically benefit one another and make a career out of that, which is true. That's like what every influencer or person that has a business, it's because they were, we knew how to make the perfect cupcake for long distance runners. It's just weird like that. You just follow the 3 or 4 things that interest you the most, get good enough, and reap whatever synergistic benefits there are. That's the main thrust of this book, How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big, which is true. And I'm sure loser think the more Scott Adams gets into persuasion and hypnotism stuff, probably the less beneficial it is. But that's the only book of his that I've read. Be mindful of the passage of time, and you don't need to set like I don't think setting a benchmark for yourself is helpful. Like being like, when I'm 33, I need to have 2 children. I just don't think that's. I think you need to just do the best with what you have and do it day by day. I don't know if panicking over wasted time. How old was the guy? 29. Just do the best with what you got, and not necessarily be panicking about deadlines and stuff like that.
Hi Sam, I'm described by people as too nice. Basically, I'm a 𝗶𝗶𝗃 that feels bad whenever I offend someone. Is it true? And I'd like to work on being more assertive. What do? I'm 29, so you know it's bad.
Oh baby, that's no good. Yeah, you gotta. It's trite. I've said it 1,000 times. You gotta get physically strong. If you get physically strong and get decent, just take some boxing or some Muay Thai classes or some jiu-jitsu classes, that you'll have less of a problem with that. How do you get over social anxiety?
I actually might have a good answer.
Yeah, go for it.
If you're young, go deliver pizza. That's what made me good at talking to people, I think. I'm
Sounds
still
pretty
not
good.
great, but it taught me how to like come on someone's home turf and not like annoy them, you know?
Yeah.
You go up to so many people's doorways and make small talk and try to be charming enough to extract money. Or maybe if you're not like 18 and broke, like car sales, I don't know. That's what like Nick recommends.
Car sales is pretty funny if you have no social skills.
Yeah.
you just be this like, you just have proof of your retardedness in your face all day.
Tie your money to your ability to make small talk, and then you'll have to learn to do it or you'll die.
I think get good at something too. If you develop a skill, it goes a long way towards making up for like lack of confidence. What you have to do with any of this stuff is you have to get so undeniably good at something, your credentials can't be fucked with. When you have confidence that comes from something that you've legitimately done as opposed to fake confidence. That's why I don't like the fake it till you make it stuff. Do some shit that leads to the development of confidence. If you do something impressive, your confidence will just be there. Double down, work as hard as you possibly can, and don't spend time worrying about stuff that's out of your control. Cut out the bad dietary stuff. If you feel like you would have been a slave, well, fine. Just be the most jacked, coolest slave possible. There's plenty of people out there that are doing that, acting like that already. No offense, okay?
You gotta be the hardest working slave.
You get a nice Bentley, a nice gold chain, some Air Force Ones. You'd be a pretty cool slave, in my opinion. So start aim for that first, and then you can, when you get there, you can be like, all right, I want to not have slave mentality. What's the next step from here, right? Start off as a slave and just become the coolest slave that money can buy. Make rich people jealous. Like, damn, I wish I owned him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Why didn't I catch that auction?
Yeah.